playing D tackle in the NFL, and then switched defensive schemes and still had an All-Pro season. Now, you would say T.J. Watt should have won it because he led the league in sacks and he won the Ted Hendricks Award. I think it was a Ted Hendricks. No, not Ted Hendricks. He won the Deacon Jones Award for leading the league in sacks. But if you're a linebacker in a 3-4 system and you have Minkah Fitzpatrick behind you and a couple other people.
Stop.
Like, it's hard for me to put him. And the Steelers had a trash schedule, for being honest.
Like, bro, I've literally sat.
Yeah,
I've literally sat here. I've literally sat here and listened to you rag on the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, specifically their linebackers outside of T.J. Watt, for a solid 3.5 seasons.
But it wasn't.
You've literally said they're trash.
I took a year off.
They haven't been able to develop front seven players for a minute, and that's why they've been mediocre.
They were trash. Bud Dupree was a bust at one point.
Exactly. So give TJ Watt his due too, man.
But I can't. Like, I get what JJ Watt is saying. He's right to campaign for his brother. If Aaron Donald didn't exist, I'm picking TJ Watt. But also,
I just don't understand
got an All-Pro nod over Shaquille Barrett.
I just don't understand why
Shaquille Barrett led the league in sacks.
Why does Aaron Donald not get the, what do you want to call it, LeBron factor, where it's like, oh, you win the award every year? Why is Aaron Donald excluded from that?
Because he's a D. People know he's a D tackle, doing things that are ridiculous when he's triple teamed every play, and still gets that sacks.
300-pound men with one arm.
He's 280.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not dissing Aaron Donald at all.
And if he ever decides to play outside linebacker, he might have more sacks because he doesn't worry about getting beat up by guards all day. Like, it's hard to triple team a guy from the linebacker position. It's kind of hard to do that. You know it schematically. You're not triple teaming a linebacker on the edge. That's stupid. Like, then anybody who was a mediocre D tackle is getting penetration every play if you're triple teaming an outside linebacker. People like to forget that, but yeah, Aaron Donald is technically a defensive tackle who's athletic enough to play defensive end in a 3-4 defense. And yeah, Jalen Ramsey's back there, but doesn't do much of a difference when Aaron Donald's carrying the front seven for the Rams. Name a Pro Bowl linebacker on that defense for the Rams. Go ahead. He's carrying that defense by himself.
I've never said he's not carried that defense.
TJ Watt has help.
I've literally said that.
TJ Watt has help. Now, if TJ Watt had like 20
TJ Watt
sacks,
doesn't have that much help, bro.
He has Minkah Fitzpatrick.
He doesn't have that much help.
The Steelers corners are pretty good.
I don't understand how you're discounting him for having Minkah Fitzpatrick.
But Dupree's success also ties into.
But you don't discount Aaron Donald for having Jalen Ramsey.
Because the Steelers defense just got good, bro. The Steelers defense just got good.
You just hate the fucking Steelers, bro.
No, I don't.
You really do hate the fucking Steelers.
I actually love the Steelers.
No, you
to an
hate
extent,
the Steelers, bro.
But I can never be like a Steelers fan.
You legit hate the Steelers.
No, I give up props. I give up props to James Harrison
because you've literally shitted on every Steelers defensive player except for TJ Watt for a solid 3.5 years. And now you want to sit here and discount all this shit.
That long. So what do you mean?
That's what I'm saying. You said that whole defense is shit, bro. You've literally been on tape saying Pittsburgh can't draft front seven players anymore. 5 years,
their defense was shit. Like, what do you say? After Palomalu retired, guess what? Their defense was shit. Their DB was terrible. I understand why people think he should have won Defensive Player of the Year, and I wouldn't have been mad had he won it. But I think after this year, you can't keep giving it to Aaron Donald. This was it. You got to cap it at 3. Right. Dude.
Alex Smith won comeback player. Go ahead.
Comeback player. No, I was just saying, yeah, you finish up these awards. But yeah, Alex Smith definitely hands down best comeback player of the year. I mean, how can you vote anybody else?
Every time I see
Alex Smith.
Yeah, every time I see his leg, it just brings a tear to my eye. His leg was fucked. Like, it looked like in that scene in the X-Men movie with Kevin Bacon, where like he was just killing people by like sending fucking coins through their foreheads, and you just watch the inside of their brain explode. Like, his leg looked like a bomb went off inside of a contained area, and then it was shrink wrapped. And he literally came back to play 736 days later after the injury and led them to an NFC East title. That's impressive.
All right, can I get through these last 3 awards?
Offensive Rookie of the Year, Justin
Offensive
Herbert.
Rookie of the Year, Justin Herbert.
Called it.
Defensive Rookie of the Year, Chase Young.
Oh, we're not going to skip over the greatest rookie season ever for a quarterback.
Okay, go ahead.
And you got to give preps to Pep Hamilton and Anthony Lynn. But, boy, if I were to want a coaching job, it would definitely be the Chargers.
So okay, now can we defensive?
Do you think Joe Burrow would have got Rookie of the Year if he finished the year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By far.
Yep.
Because the Bengals are competitive with him.
Defensive Rookie of the Year, Chase Young. No surprise there again.
Yeah, literally from the time he was at Ohio State and sat out the rest of the season.
And last but certainly not least, Coach of the Year, Kevin Stefanski with the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. I mean, he made Dalvin Cook and Nick Chubb very happy people.
Dalvin Cook?
He was the offensive coordinator last year when he was on the Minnesota Vikings as OC.
Okay, I was like, what?
Yeah. Come on, guys. Keep up, guys.
Anyways, the whole reason why I was naming off the awards, I just wanted to say I feel like this is the year where it's like they finally went with the obvious picks.
Who should have got it?
Yeah, there was no surprises.
Nobody really got hosed. There should be a best.
Which is why I didn't want to fucking talk about this shit for 10 minutes, cause.
Yeah, but I figured we were. Because as much as you like Aaron Donald, you want to give him the LeBron treatment, and I just can't let you do that.
It's not even that.
That's how it always starts.
It's not even that per se. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
That's usually what you say when it's usually that.
Well, do you think Chase Young could take that award away from Aaron Donald in the years to come?
Yeah, definitely.
Eventually, yeah, he will. He had 7.5 sacks, and it's he could have had more. I felt like he may have left some plays out there, but he's a rookie, so you have to give him his just due. I mean, if the offense was better, he probably would have actually had more of a chance. But yeah, he's only going to get better, and that's the scary part.
Yeah. Well, talking about Washington football team, I mean, their quarterback Paylor, how do you pronounce his last name? Heinicke. You got a pretty good extension, did he not?
Yeah, the Trump supporter. Everybody found out he was a Trump supporter. And I was like, damn. But he had a hell of a run in that game against the Buccaneers. The 392 yards passing, 2 touchdowns for a dude who was slumming it and making a name for himself in the XFL to come back, after all that time in Old Dominion. I don't know if they're not really respected for producing quarterbacks yet, but they have a lot of QBs with a lot of pass happy numbers, and he was one of them. To see him get 2 years, $8.75 million, salute to him.
Yeah, he played a great game.
Can't hate. You can't hate. When you produce, you produce. Pete?
Is XFL coming back this year?
Next year, I think. I want to say next year.
Yeah. But,
all right, time for college football news.
Just forgot the Hall of Fame.
Oh, I love talking about the Hall of Fame every year.
And I know you love talking about Calvin Johnson.
I don't even know who's in the Hall of Fame class other than Charles Woodson and
I'll let you know then. So Calvin Johnson, first ballot Hall of Famer. Ironically enough, T.O. has way better numbers than him, and it just goes to show that the Hall of Fame voters have a beef against T.O., and it's one of the greatest travesties in sports history to purposely keep that man out of the Hall of Fame. When Randy Moss went in on his first time, Calvin Johnson went in on his first time, but T.O. can't get in on his first time. He went in on his third time, I think. But yeah, former Steelers.
Well, do you think T.O.'s whole spectacle and his fact that he hasn't stopped shutting up about the Hall of Fame since he got in the Hall of Fame, do you think that's had any impact on Calvin Johnson and Randy Moss getting in?
I think him, T.O. being the scapegoat, and Randy Moss and him clearing the air because they said there was no beef between each other. It was just yo, I was always chasing Randy. Randy's like, I was always chasing T.O. It was really just two people loving each other and respecting each other from afar, and the media painted them out as bad guys. But
so Kendrick and Big Sean?
Big Sean was
so
never
Kendrick and Drake?
First off, Big Sean was never on Kendrick's level or Drake's level.
Okay.
Don't even say that.
Okay.
He's on Pusha T's level.
Wrong. Incorrect. Not right.
Wait a minute. I said Big Sean is on Pusha T's level, and he got him and walked out. And don't you take those cookies. But in all seriousness, yeah, Big Sean's not on Kendrick or Drake's level. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry, but he's not. And I know Pete's definitely coming back because his dumbass left the phone on the table. But I guess, Izzy, I'll let you tear us all a new one about the Big Sean slander later. But
I agree about Drake. I have to disagree about Kendrick.
Wait, you don't think Kendrick's on the level?
Bro,
yeah, I don't think
hasn't put out no fucking
level.
music in 4 years.
What do I know?
Holy shit!
Izzy was saying something.
Sorry, Izzy. I didn't have the headphones on.
Izzy was getting her shit off. Say something.
No, I think we're on the same page.
So you're comparing Kendrick's body of work to Big Sean's? And
I mean,
by the way,
I wouldn't even say that. I would say more of hype when they were coming up in 2010, 2011. They came up to you.
LA hypes everything. I wasn't really
not even LA. That whole wave. Everybody was on the same level.
Well, LA radio definitely.
But fucking music politics really fucked up a lot of people.
Okay, if music politics was so in Kendrick's favor, why did Macklemore get a Grammy over him? Explain that shit to me.
Because the Grammys are the scammy.
Yeah, the
facts.
Yes,
that's a drop.
The Grammys are the scam within the scam.
It's 3-card money. There's no way you can tell me Kendrick. Like, if you take out 3 of Macklemore's songs off his album, which were heavily politically influenced and agenda influenced, you can't tell me it was better than what Kendrick put out. And Big Sean, unfortunately, has had a chance to, he's healed off. Away from music.
Let me ask you this: when was the last time you listened to "Pimp a Butterfly"? Let me go into your Apple Music app. Is "Pimp a Butterfly"? Is Pimp? Okay, go into Spotify. Is "Pimp a Butterfly"?
Random
Lucy's? Is it added to your library?
Random Lucy's.
Is it added to your library?
Random Lucy's.
Is it added to your library?
Not the whole album.
Is it in your search history? I never listen to whole.
Yes. I don't listen to whole albums like that.
So if you type in the word P, is it the first thing that pops up in your Spotify?
Nah.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, bro.
Honestly,
this is exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, bro.
I like J-Rock
Nobody listened to fucking Pimp a Butterfly,
more than Pimp a Butterfly.
But everybody wants to go in for that album.
Think Peace and
Everybody wants to go in for that album.
Think Peace and Clubhouse Twitter did.
Because in a lot of ways, it's ahead of its time, and it probably holds up now in 2020, 21 more than it did in 2017, 2016, 2015, whenever it came out.
But Damn is a better overall album.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's why we don't talk about Pimp a Butterfly. Like, I don't need to talk about fucking the album that AO Technology was on, because I'm going to be thinking about Mini Men.
But
it's his Pat 50's work. I'm not going to be thinking about the shit he put out before.
Listen. I'm dead in this whole thing. It's just like receivers. When we talk about the logjam at receivers, like
logjam.
There's a bunch of receivers who were even besides the ones that we're talking about contemplating between
Cliff Branch.
There's a lot of receivers who are great players, Pro Bowl players, who are just not going to get in. And they have great stats, they have great numbers. And that's like what your Big Sean is. That's like what your Wale is. That's like what, your Kid Cudi is, your Kendrick. Like, all these people had their different beats, but they all came up at the same different time. And the record labels could only promote certain ones.
They only chose to.
All of them.
They only chose to.
That's what I'm saying.
Because everybody's on this mental health wave, but when Kid Cudi was talking about how he wanted to fucking die, and we all felt the same way in 2010 when that shit dropped, like, there's a whole era of people who literally wanted to commit suicide based on the shit they were going through. And fucking Man on the Moon Part 2 came out, and all of a sudden, Memories makes motherfuckers cry. And what's the other one? Pursuit of Happiness?
That's Man on the Moon one.
Oh, shit. Well, they did the remix. I'm talking about the remix.